Before we look at the software, I want to talk about something important: privacy. Because right now, the way we are using our computer is starting to change. Some governments are discussing age verification for online services and platforms. This raises questions about how much control and data collection we should accept. Later in the video, I will explain why Zorin OS has a very different approach to this. But first, a bit context. After my last video about Zorin OS, the co-founder Artem Zorin contacted me. He thanked me for the video and sent a license for the Pro version. First of all, I'm a long-time Windows user. My main PC still runs Windows 11. But as a tech reviewer, I'm always interested in testing other operating systems, especially now. Microsoft had some issues with recent updates, including bugs and stability problems, especially black screens. And Windows 10 is also reaching its end of life. So naturally, more people are starting to look for alternatives. If you have a laptop like my ThinkPad X240 or this Dell 7470, Windows 11 says your hardware is not supported. Zorin OS thinks differently. It is designed to run well even on older hardware. I have been testing it on my Dell Latitude laptop and here's what I found. It's actually a bit frustrating because this laptop is still very capable. It has a great keyboard, solid screen, and good performance for daily work. So why should it become obsolete? Because of the new system requirements? With Linux, you don't really have this problem. By the way, if your hardware is even older than this Dell Latitude laptop, there is also a Zorin OS Lite version. While the standard Core and Pro version use GNOME desktop environment, the Lite version is based on XFCE. It's specially designed for low-end hardware, so if your laptop struggles with the main version, Lite is the way to go. Also, I noticed that the battery life improved compared to the previous Windows installation. That's a big advantage, especially if you use an older laptop for work or travel. So, what do you actually get with the Pro version? The biggest feature is the 8 premium desktop layouts. In short, you can make the system look like Windows 11, macOS, Chrome OS, or even classic Windows. This is very helpful if you are switching from another system. You don't have to learn everything from zero because the interface already feels familiar and that makes the transition much easier. Oh, one quick thing, I forgot to mention in my previous video the super key. By default, it opens the activities overview, which can feel a bit unusual at first, but you can actually change it in the settings to open the Zorin menu instead. So it behaves more like the classic Windows startup menu. The Pro version also comes with many pre-installed applications. Instead of searching for video editors or office tools, you already have a solid set of programs ready to use. It's not something revolutionary, I'm not gonna lie, but it saves time and for many people, that's what really matters. However, we should be honest, many features in the Pro version, like layouts or specific applications, we can install in other distros for free, of course if you are an advanced user. You're paying for the convenience of having everything ready and tested out of the box. For some, the price is a bit high for Linux distribution, and for others, it's completely worth it because you saved a lot of time. Another feature I really like is Deskflow. It allows you to use one mouse and keyboard for multiple computers. In my case, I can control both my Windows PC and this Dell laptop which runs on Zorin OS without switching devices. Everything works over the same local network, and it also supports clipboard sharing. So I can copy a link on my Windows machine and paste it directly into the browser on Zorin, which makes the whole workflow feel much smoother. In practice, this is very useful for multitasking. For example, I can keep my video script or technical specs open on the Dell laptop while I'm working on my main Windows PC. I don't have to move my hands to a different keyboards or use a USB drive to move small files. It makes using two different systems feels like a one smooth experience. And for a tech reviewer, that saves a lot of time. About drivers, this was also a good experience. After installation, everything works out of the box. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, touchpad scrolling, and even the functional keys. Of course, if you have a very specific hardware, problems are still possible. But the Pro version includes access to support from the Zorin team, which can be very helpful in some situations. What I find interesting about Zorin team is the approach. They don't lock the most important features behind the paywall. For example, Windows App Support, which helps you to run executable files, is available in both the free core and the Pro version. The same is true for Zorin Connect, which lets you sync your phone and control it with your computer. Both versions use the same core system. So the free version doesn't feel limited or broken if we compare it to other platforms. If I had to describe it simply, Microsoft feels like a very large corporation. In comparison, Zorin feels like a focused team that put users' experience first. They clearly spend a lot of time making Linux much easier for regular users and not only for developers. It's all about small details. You don't see any random ads or annoying pop-up asking you to sign in. It's a clean environment where you can just focus on your work. It reminds me of how computers used to feel before they become full of data tracking software. At the same time, it's important to stay realistic about Windows App Support. It uses stable version of Wine, focus more on reliability than on having the latest features. It works well for simple apps and some older programs, but you should not expect perfect compatibility with all modern Windows software. It's a helpful bridge, but it's not a complete replacement for Windows. Of course, I want to stay objective. Zorin OS is very good, but it's not a miracle. One thing to keep in mind is that Zorin is built for stability, not for the newest software. This means that some of the drivers or application versions might be older than what you find on other systems like Fedora or Arch. For most users, this is fine, but if you always need the latest feature the moment they are released, you might find this a bit limiting. If your work depends on Adobe software like Premiere Pro or Photoshop, Linux is still a challenge. There are alternatives, and some of them are quite powerful, but let's not deny the fact they are not exactly the same. It also applies to gaming. Linux has improved a lot, especially with Steam and Proton, but Windows is still a better choice for certain games, especially those with strict anti-cheat systems. That said, for everyday use, web browsing, office work, and even light content creation, the experience on Dell 7470 is excellent. The system feels fast, responsive, and more importantly, stable. And for this kind of hardware, that's exactly what you want. Now let's come back to privacy and age verification. In the time when many platforms collect more and more user data, operating systems are also the part of the discussion. Zorin OS takes a very simple side. It focuses on giving user control without necessary data collection. And in 2026, it's becoming more important. My final verdict: Zorin OS Core is one of the best free options for most people. Zorin OS Pro is a way to support the developers and get some extra convenience and design options. Windows is still better choice for specific professional tools and high-end gaming. But Zorin OS stands out when it comes to usability, simplicity, and respect for user. One more thing I want to highlight is the mindset shift that comes with using something like Zorin. You stop thinking about your computer as something that needs constant upgrade and start thinking about it as a stable tool that just should work for years. And in the world where software becoming more demanding every day, that kind of stability is actually refreshing. It's a system that doesn't tell my hardware, "You're too old," and it doesn't try to control how I use my computer. And honestly, that's something I value more and more. Creating these videos takes some time and effort, so if you want to support the channel even more, you can hit the join button and I will be very grateful. If this video was helpful, please like it, and I recommend watching this video about Zorin OS Core.